LeBron James and this Lakers offense couldn't hit the broadside of a barn last night in their loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And, well, it's a struggle lately for LeBron James offensively. And it's not good news for the Lakers because with how well they started the season off and Anthony Davis playing out of his mind and at MVP level, you would have hoped that the Lakers would have been carrying more momentum at this time of the year. But due to the offensive struggles of the team and LeBron James, the Lakers aren't exactly where we would want them right now. And if you want LeBron James to break out of his shooting slump, most of you probably are aware, but we're going to go through it and detail it on today's show. Hit that thumbs up icon. Can't help. Don't jinx it. Like the video, and hopefully LeBron will start splashing some threes starting on Wednesday when they travel to Miami. And in that game against the Timberwolves yesterday, it was ugly for the King. Kept the 10-point streak alive, though. Just barely. But 4 of 16. Listen, I don't have perfect memory. I'm not Mike Ross from Suits. I can't recall every LeBron James game that he's ever played. But it's hard for me to ever remember a game where LeBron shot that poorly from the field. Yes, he hasn't been the best three-point shooter in his career, but 4 of 16, basically 4 of 12 from inside the arc, that is something I have never seen LeBron do off the top of my head. And his struggles offensively kind of led to one of the worst offensive games that we've seen the Lakers play in the past decade. 80 points against the T-Wolves, that's the fewest in a game since 2017. It just has not been where we would have expected this team to be. And ironically enough, we mentioned their next game coming on Wednesday against the Heat. They scored 89 points yesterday. Let's hope that game isn't played in the 80s, like in the 80s. But let's get back to LeBron James specifically because he has not been shooting good, and it goes farther than just the three-point struggles. When you look entirely from the field, he has not shot above 50% from the field in any of his last 6 games. Like, that is unheard of. And yes, he shot 4 of 16 yesterday, but 12 of 28 is very unlike LeBron. Like, all of these shooting percentages are downright shocking to me. You see the bottom number as well, that his total field goal percentage is 39.8%. I don't know for certain. I probably should have looked this up, but that has to be the worst 6-game stretch in his entire NBA career. Not just from 3, but from the field, because he's been a master of getting to the rim and finishing throughout his entire career. And when you look specifically at the 3-point percentage, well, it gets even worse. 10% in the last 6 games. And over the last 4 games offensively from beyond the arc, he has missed 19. Are you serious? 0 of 19? Not the dog LeBron. And you guys don't know me that well, but I'm fairly confident if you gave me 19 3-point attempts inside the NBA, I'm making at least 3 or 4. I just simply am. I specialized as a shooter back in the day, and I still play hoops. Not to discredit LeBron, make this all about me, but I'm making 3 out of 19. I just simply am. But good thing is, LeBron, the team leader that he is, understands that he's holding this team back and said to the media that he's just not good offensively right now. And listen, it's LeBron James. It's the best player in NBA history or second best player in NBA history, whatever side of the coin you are on. He is going to figure it out. I am not concerned about LeBron offensively. Sure, will he maybe have to rely on more jump shooting because he doesn't have as much as athleticism and a speed burst as he once did over his illustrious 20-year career? Yes, but he will find a way to become a top 15 player in the world like he always has been. And LeBron James had some thoughts on why he's struggling. He says it's everything. It's the rhythm. I just feel off rhythm the last 3 or 4 games. And well, we kind of mentioned it, but it's a harsh reality for LeBron James. And they say Father Time gets everyone. I think the 2 people that you could say have fought off Father Time the best are LeBron James and Tom Brady. I mean, Brady won a Super Bowl in his first season with Tampa, and even in his last couple seasons with the Buccaneers, I mean, he was still good. And LeBron James, even though you might say Father Time's getting him right now, like his raw numbers on the season are still good, but he's about to be 40. At what point does that actually catch up with him and limits him offensively to being a facilitator and a jump shooter rather than the dominant physical force attacking downhill that he's able to finish amongst the trees, get by people, dunk on people, and then earn his way to the free throw line? Like, it might be time where he has to settle for more jumpers, and we know that that's not been the strongest point of his game throughout his career. JJ Redick, the first-year head coach of Los Angeles, asked about LeBron James, says, I don't know if it's his best interest of him and us to play all 82 games this season. I would agree with that. Listen, I know a lot of fans out there don't like the idea of load management and they push back on that. And I'm not the biggest load management fan, but I'm not the biggest load management fan when you're talking about 27 to 33-year-olds. When you're talking 39, 40-year-olds who have been in the NBA for 20 plus years, yeah, I think that should warrant you the ability to take some time off during the season, even if you do not have an injury, just to keep the legs fresh. And we mentioned it earlier in the show that even though LeBron has struggled offensively over the last 6 games, he's still putting up unbelievable numbers, and you see him. He's still shooting 48% from the field, averaging 22 plus with 9 assists and 8 rebounds a game. Look, that is a career year for 98% of NBA athletes, and he's doing it while he's basically 40 years old. So like I mentioned, even though he has been playing horrible and it's been terrible news for the Lakers and Lakers fans as they've kind of hit a little bit of a downfall in their schedule, I still trust LeBron to figure it out and get back to his mean, get back to his average sooner rather than later. All right, let's shift it over to some injury news on Los Angeles because Lakers forward Jared Vanderbilt experienced some fluid in his left knee recently during rehabilitation. Sometimes I can't speak, but we got it there. And is now targeting early January for return. And it's been a long time for Vanderbilt to get back on the floor. He's dealt with many injuries over the past calendar year. If you take it back to last February, he had a right midfoot sprain that kept him out some time. And then end of May, he had to get surgery to remove a bone spur. And then you take it back now to November 20th. He had his first setback after surgery that delayed his return. And then obviously today you saw the news. He has that knee issue now, and he has a second setback. So what started with an injury in February now is not going to return until the earliest in January, keeping him out. And it sucks because I am a big fan of Jared Vanderbilt. Is he the best offensive player? No, but he's an athlete, he's a rebounder, and he is one of the best perimeter defenders in the entire NBA, and I would just argue straight flat out defenders. He can guard 1 through 5. 5 might be a stretch, but he can certainly guard 1 through 4. All right, we're coming up in just a second. We're talking trade rumors on Jonas Valanciunas, someone that has been linked to Los Angeles for some time now. But we are sponsored by PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports platform out there, and you need to take advantage of the deals that they got rolling on over there right now. You can actually win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks. It's the best place to get real money on sports action. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. And when you sign up today, you get $50 instantly when you play $5 when you use code CLNS. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Think Steph Curry will get more than 5 3-pointers next week? Giannis for more than 30 points? Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this basketball season when you and your crew run your game on PrizePicks. I play PrizePicks on a daily basis, and I got some entries for this Tuesday's action inside the association, and I got more than on Karl Anthony Towns, 9.5 rebounds. It's Tuesday. It's LeBron's favorite day. It's Taco Tuesday. Take advantage of their discount on PrizePicks right now, and I paired that up with a Franz Wagner more than 4.5 assists, 2-player entry to win some cash. I think I am going to win this one today. Hopefully I do. You can take my picks. You can take other celebrities' picks on PrizePicks as well. But make sure you download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. One more time. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. All right, Jonas Valanciunas has been one of the most linked players inside the NBA as a trade target for the Los Angeles Lakers. And Valanciunas has had an interesting season in Washington, coming off the bench for them as they've started the second overall pick, Alex Sarr, at the center spot. He's averaging 12 points a game, shooting 58% from the field, grabbing 7.5 boards. Doesn't surprise me. That's just standard Jonas Valanciunas stuff. And the best part about Jonas Valanciunas, I'll say this by the way, is that he never actually changes. His game relies absolutely zero on athleticism and an ability to be vertical. He is just a physical bruiser that will beat you with his size, his physicality inside, and you don't have to worry about him declining because of his athleticism. He will be the same player regardless. And Michael Scotto of HoopsHype said that you have to keep an eye on Los Angeles potentially dangling Gabe Vincent and future second-round picks to try to land the Wizards center, Jonas Valanciunas, who has been a coveted Lakers target. And you heard Scotto mention Gabe Vincent and multiple second-rounders. If that is the package, I am absolutely in on bringing him to Los Angeles. We've seen that the Lakers front court behind Anthony Davis is very bare. Jackson Hayes is going to miss some time as well. And whether JJ Redick would want to use Valanciunas off the bench as the backup to Anthony Davis or move him into the starting lineup and put AD back to the 4 as where he's played for most of his Lakers career. There's a lot of different avenues you could go if you acquire Jonas Valanciunas, and I, for one, would like to see it happen. But you make the call. Would you trade for Jonas Valanciunas if you are the Los Angeles Lakers? Type T for trade or type P for pass. Some of you might have seen that quote and not even cared about adding Valanciunas, but more or less getting rid of Gabe Vincent, who has been an absolute disaster of a signing for the Lakers. Signed a 3-year deal worth, I believe, was it $36 million? I think it was in that 35 to 38 range. But either way, on the second year of his deal, after joining the Lakers from the Miami Heat, and I tell you what, they got bamboozled. You've seen it happen multiple times in the NBA where Heat role players leave Miami and struggle. Max Strus has been up and down in Cleveland. You've seen other players like James Johnson struggle after leaving Miami. Heck, you're even seeing Caleb Martin struggle right now as a Philadelphia 76er. And Vincent, oh boy, has he struggled for the Lakers in his 1.5 seasons in the purple and gold. And if you're getting rid of Gabe Vincent, who hasn't really done anything for the Lakers this season whatsoever, and adding this center and the bruiser that the Lakers need to this center rotation, it would just be an absolute slam dunk, especially if it only costs Vincent and a couple second-round picks. Like, second-round picks don't mean anything. And when we've talked about how bad the center rotation for the Lakers have actually been, like, you're relying on Jackson Hayes and Christian Koloko. Hayes obviously dealing with that injury, but he's been underwhelming as well. Koloko has been okay, but, like, also, what were your expectations for him? I certainly didn't have any high expectations after making his return from blood clots, but Koloko has just tried his best. Like, he hasn't played in a while. Like, I don't know what you want him to do out there. Like, it's just a bad spot for the young man who formerly played for the Arizona Wildcats, and that's why maybe you want to bring in Jonas Valanciunas to be the backup center or have him start and then just have one of them always be on the floor for the rest of the game. All right, that's going to do it for today's Lakers video. Thanks for watching all the way through. If you are watching still, you obviously like what we're doing, so hit that thumbs up icon. Remember, hitting the like button might make LeBron James finally make a 3 on Wednesday, so there's no point of not jinxing it.